back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 6 of our Yuan Bo Immortal Empires campaign. Huge thank you once more to Creative Assembly for providing me here with some early access to the Shadows of Change DLC, that way I can show you everything off a little bit early here. Diving straight on in, we are here with our Celestial General doing a battle with Clan Eshin. The auto-resolve was going to give both of our poor horsemen here the boot for their losses. I think they just took too many, they're down to 39 each, and I thought they would be slain to a man here. So we've got ourselves a bit of a defensive formation set up. Archers are actually all around the outside, where if any kind of issues arise with Skaven being summoned below, we can send either horsemen or Jade warriors to intervene. We're going to have our incredibly defensive Celestial General here, Ming Fan. Got 120 armor on him, and he's actually got a shield that is just kind of naturally surrounding him. Due to his martial arts prowess, he can block arrows out of the air with his hammer. And that is the 160-degree missile block. Pretty awesome. He's also got the rattled effect, so I cannot wait to throw him in here against the enemy storm vermin and watch him scatter them to the winds. Should be quite a fun battle. I don't think it's going to go nearly as badly as the auto-resolve thinks. Pull the crows on back as well. Their job is going to be hunting down the enemy range troops, because they only have 2 units each, and we can have those crowmen just rip them apart and let our Jade warriors do their work against the clan rats. That'll begin. Ming Fan, your job is to use that hammer to tear down the wall there. I like them separated a little bit. We'll bring everyone else on forward. Heavy laser cannon tower walls. Go ahead and send the lads forward. I'm gonna have the horses walk. They're choosing to blast away at our individual troops instead. Fair choice. Alright, CROWMEN, let's head up the side. It looks like you guys are also going to be a #1 target there. We can have the CROWMEN hunt down isolated units. Those that survive the initial onslaught of the tower walls here. Attempting a bit of a different assault on the walls. Generally I go for Ming Fan, just completely ignore them. You archers start walking. CROWMEN, let's fly right over the top here. Fight an isolated unit in the back line. We'll just send the peasant horses in to deal with this group. Luckily our towers are still taking majority of the damage for us, which is exactly what we want to see. Oh yeah, that's really unfortunate. We've got everyone in a bad spot. They've put them all in, so the Clan Eshin stone can do all that damage. Ooh, bad stuff. We just need our individual Jade warriors through. Peasant archers need to come on around. Horsemen slam into this group. CROWMEN, let's go ahead and have you guys deal with the unit of land rats that are over here. Ming Fan, are you through the gates? Head into the gatehouse then. Jade warriors are up on the walls. Perfect. Let's have them move across to support their brothers there. Is he unable to attack the walls? Some kind of nonsense. Alright, we'll pull you back to back. Archers don't get too far apart from one another. Everyone stand where you can fire stuff over the wall. The warriors move in. We should have the walls controlled by this point, but we, for some reason, do not, so our troops are being absolutely torn to shreds by laser cannons. We've got far more units in this position than they do. Rip them apart. Let's go ahead and pull one away. Alright, Ming Fan, are you through these gates? One more bonk. We desperately need to get these towers turned off. Alright, he's in. Let's go find these storm vermin. A lot of them are caught down in there with the enemy foot soldiers. Not what we want to see. That's just ridiculous. The towers get to fire forever. Okay. Send the peasant horsemen across to help these lads out. They actually can fight fairly well for themselves, but we want to make sure They get out of that with minimal casualties there. Let's go for the Celestial Sweep. That's very quick. Keep battering on through there. We can have the CROWMEN. So we're having all sorts of issues actually being bogged down in these spears here. Deal with the Night Runners. Our archers have taken an absolute beating. The laser cannons on the wall are still firing. There is not enough rats here for this to be happening. You guys can jump up on the siege tower. You take this one. We've got to try to get the towers firing at the enemy instead of us, or at least doing something different. Actually quite amusing to see the enemy decide that the CROWMEN are the only target that matters. Makes sense. They definitely are the most dangerous here. Come on, lads. We've got to get up on these walls and start capturing. Send the horsemen straight in. They've got the clan rat spears up front. Lessens our horseman abilities a bit. Smash in there. War Charm Shield, keep smashing through those halberdiers in your way. CROWMEN have been ridiculously focused down, so let's go ahead and switch our attack with them as well. Let's deal with the clan rats on the walls if they can keep their leadership intact. Towers are on our side, so we're not getting blasted to bits anymore. Bring the shotguns up. Stand up on top of the... You guys go ahead and climb. We'll have the Jade Warriors come on down and crush these clan rats here. We'll get our archers set up. Alright, come on down. The CROWMEN need to come across. Is there anyone else up on top of the walls we need to deal with? Looks like no. Gotta bring the CROWMEN away from the enemy archers. Alright, Ming Fan, go for another Celestial Sweep. And he does blend them up, but they have to be very close. Come outside the walls there for me. Archers.
Bringing harmony, the celestial faithful.
Go ahead and get set up like this. Give a little nice bit of height to fire down from. Smash into the Night Runners there. We'll use the Jade Warriors' help.
Celestial fury.
So many blended up rats.
Bringing harmony. Jade Warriors.
Ah, there's another Clan Ashen Stone that went down. Our poor archers have been ravaged. There's actually a lot of the models still left.
Order and balance.
Pure carnage. You can see his hammer. Every time he swings, it's got the little runic arc. Incredible work. We did take... Alright, and with another victory under our belt, Clan Ashen loses itself a capital settlement, which is going to be pretty devastating for them. They've just got the last two over in the corner where we know Gotrek is. We will head and occupy Kunlun. Got himself a longbow now as well. I actually think keeping him on the Jade longbow is going to be a very good idea.
Celestial General.
I'm interested to see just how much damage he does.
Of the divine.
There does still seem to be the pretty big issue where any large targets have a pretty big issue hitting smaller targets. They have, for whatever reason, just can't land their blows. So we will watch to see just how much damage Ming Fan does per hit and how long it takes him to actually land hits. We will also make sure he has lead from the front here, so we've got the Endurance Aura, plus 5 melee defense, and plus 5 missile resistance for all allies in at 35 meters. Sounds great. Jianhuo is getting prepared to be leveled up to rank 8, so he's going to get on through to his Comet of Wei Jin. Cannot wait. We'll have 3 separate generals with the 3 aspects of Wei Jin. It is looking like, though, the center, the hammer, is going to be the best one. We've got another Fu Heng monk. I'm thinking they're going to be a hero when they're actually in the game, because we've got the province of Fu Heng down here. We know there's monks, so either they're going to be a hero type unit or it's going to be
Always.
a regiment. Phoenix Temple. In a center of Fu Hung, the Phoenix Temple, a statue fashioned in the shape of a gigantic vermilion bird symbolically guards the Dragon Empire against monsters from the south. Well, I'm thinking we'll definitely at least get the vermilion birds in when we get Li Dai, or where the fire dragon. I always get his name mixed up. That victory. Kunlan is under our control now.
Force the dragon's will.
Yeah, I almost want to get rid of some of your peasants, kind of combine them up, just so we're not paying as much for them. With the defeat of most of our enemies, we're not going to need them as readily, but we still haven't won yet. Looks like Dinch has been pushed back, but until the Dragon Emperor's Wrath starts applying, they're going to actually have a pretty easy time coming right back through those gates.
The Lord Magistrate
Oh, perfect. This is the only way to actually apply these when he's not active currently. So we will go ahead and grab the hidden stores. You are active. Let's find out. Oh, here he is. Yeah, no, definitely we want to grab hidden stores.
The dragons would approve.
Less attrition and more replenishment rate anytime we are in friendly territory is a must for the caravans.
An upper hand, indeed.
Especially since moving through the Darklands is really, really dangerous for them now. Because before, that didn't used to be so full of chaos corruption. Alright. Over to the Aymara Swamps, where we have some machinations afoot. I pushed Shunma up north. I believe that was in the... I believe this was in the episode. Trying to look for Mother Astankia's settlements, as we saw that she was nearby.
It is fortunate
She is actually
that I
right here.
most loyal.
So what we are going to be doing, and she's actually at war with both the rats and Marathi at the same time. We're going to jump into a war with Ronan the Rat. Hello there. Metable? You were about to have the worst day.
It is the cold that makes you shiver, not myself.
Shoo, Mother Astanki, you already know. We'll take a non-aggression pact, and then we will grab the war join with Clan Gritus. We'll also join her war with the Cult of Pleasure afterwards. Yuan Bo and Mother Astankia are going to be best buddies for this campaign. I'm happy to grab military access as well. We'll work towards trade. We probably just don't have very many. We're exporting 100% of what we have. Yeah. We need to gather more goodies before we can probably offer to trade. This works for me, though. We'll take some gold from Mother Stanky.
No fool, are you?
Not at all. We are going to jump into war right away with the rats. More rat settlements we can destroy, the better. Yuan Bo. This one falls to you, and I'm going to give this one the auto-resolve.
For the Celestial.
Our poor peasants. He just sends them in without even thinking. 482 kills going to the grace of Hua Yin. Amazing stuff. And we are going to do a bit of shenanigans over here. So we're going to sack Sulfurettes
Scribes. Record all
just to try to get a rebellion up. Got ourselves another water snake breeder. That's actually great. Let's make sure that goes to either Yuan Bo. He's already got one, so who else can grab one? Do any of you have a hero? The answer is no. Let's give it to men. Just allows them to rank up a bit faster.
A tool worthy
And then
of
Jade
a
Dragon, can you reach? Ah, well that's a bit unfortunate. Perfectly fine though. So we're gonna go ahead and claim
the Dragon's Fang.
Sulfurettes. We're gonna occupy it.
Expanding
I'm gonna let ourselves
across the world.
replenish for one turn there, and then we'll go ahead and hand this off to Mother Astankia and let her control the frozen north here. She can be our bastion against all of the Dark Elf nonsense after we crush Marathi together.
Dragon.
Awesome. Shunma, we need you back over this army quickly.
Alchemist of the House of Secrets.
We need our alchemist. Beautiful stuff. We are pretty solid on gold now. What we should do is upgrade the Shrine of Sotek. That way it unlocks our dies for us.
This is a time of mystery.
I am glad we did make this settlement here. Oh, we can actually see it's a commercial district off to the side. Perfect. Capital building and all infrastructure and resource buildings have improved effects. Is that for all the buildings, or is it just... It did say capital. And these have improved effects as well? Doesn't look like it. It's just fine. I think that all actually comes from over here, which you've seen 15% more income and 10% more trade resources produced. And this is faction-wide. That's pretty great. We need 4 to get up to the next 4 population to get up to the next one. So let's go ahead and actually upgrade the High Sentinel. It's 3,400. This will allow us to get in even more iron. In the meantime, though, I would love the Celestial Tower. Actually allows us to unlock the Astromancers and the Jade and Jet Lions. Plus 5% more research rate is never going to hurt. Never at all. Alright, Minbo. We've got a battle for you to fight as well. We know there's 2 lords here. I believe Min could handle both of them one-on-one, as they are just supreme sorceresses, and Min isn't dragon-blooded. We do need to fight this battle just to... Oh, never mind. Sorry, Druki. I figured there actually were more of you there than there were.
They will know order.
We will claim the Wellsprings of Eternity as well. Should start out with Yang.
Dragon-blooded Shogungun.
Where's Market, huh? Let's destroy that and just put in the pastures instead.
Dragon-blooded
And
Shogungun.
Minbo. You just have to make do with your troops. You've got an absolute ton of peasant missiles. Now that's what we've got to work with. Peasant missiles and fire breath. Back at the lake, it is indeed time to slot in our orchards there for some wine. Anything else have goodies for us to be selling just yet?
Disharmony threatens our order.
Disharmony threatens your border. No, for now we are good to go. We're about to do some more damage to both the Dark Elves. We'll take down Heichai and Beichai at the same time. Heichai and Beichai. I want to spend a little bit more gold, though, so let's drop in the Contemplation Gardens for more growth. Gotrek and Felix may appear. Don't have to worry about that. They are already arrived. Doing good work, too. I'm guessing the Death Master will try to attack them again, or he may just escape into the mountains.
No, you failed.
Failed.
Yes? The Empire.
Anyone else like to trade? Midland almost would.
Obey!
Great Orthodoxy.
The dragon-blooded.
I'm not really looking to spend any of my gold. So, it's up to you all. Back over to you, Yuan Bo.
Through me.
And Sulphur Rats has been attacked by a whole heap of rats. Langaritis, you haven't learned yet, have you? We've got a very weak settlement garrison. We gotta try to keep them alive. 4 summons menace below. Would be a Pyrrhic victory, and we would lose both of Ostbierman. Okay, so strategy is send Yuan Bo over to duel Medable in a one-on-one fight. Actually learned that once they get into execution range, you can just fire a Shim's Burning Gaze over at them and instantly execute them. So any of your magic, including the Blossom Wind, if it just glances them ever so slightly with one of the petals, they die. So, pretty intriguing. Armor of the Dragon. Now we've got everything that we are looking for. Let's dive on in. Rip apart some rats. As far as units that we need to be worried about for our units, for our own peasants, just the Warpfire Throwers and those Wolf Rats. Everything else is no problem at all. Let's set up on the hill here. There's absolutely no possibility we get them to come on over straight away, but I think what we want to do is push towards this position. We'll take the high ground here. We can blast down on these units as they try to come around the corner. They've only got the Warpfire Throwers, so they won't be able to actually shoot anything over the hill. The slings might be able to land some hits, but not very well. And we are going to pretend that these are troops we're needing to keep alive. Still going to utilize them, but we're going to act like they're a defense force, so let's put them down here. It may just summon menace below at them, and if that's the case, so be it. Throw the Fuzzy Demon into the tree line. Grab the CROWMEN, one of which has been named to the ONYX Reapers. If you all have any kind of unit name suggestions, go ahead and throw those on the first episode. That way, is easy for me to locate and get those added on in. Fuzzy Demon's been added on in. Here's the Zhangu War Drum.
Our missiles are bounteous indeed.
Well, it looks absolutely incredible. One of the things I'm slightly disappointed in is there's no sick beats that these things kind of drum out. They just look kind of bored to be there, which, fair enough, I guess. It's still a really cool unit. It's going to allow our boys to speed up. This one has extra, so normally they don't have the Fury of the Falling Blades. They've got just the Bastion of the Great Cities and the Disdain of the Dragon Emperor. This one actually is going to increase their speed. 100-meter range. That's pretty awesome. Increase their speed and give them magical attacks. This is what we're going to be using pretty much the entirety of this battle until the enemy closes the gap, and then we'll likely switch it on over to the armor one. 44 armor is insane. Actually, we'll keep Jade crossbows up front, because they've got enough armor that to shrug off that sling ammunition. No problem.
Mine as one.
Dragon crossbows.
Jade warriors ready to go. We'll get them molded into units when the enemy's a bit closer, or when we're actually moving into position. Flying cavalry, rando dandos, and then the single entities.
Praise the dragons.
You guys need to all be in guard mode. Every single one of you. Yuan Bo, your job is basically just to run down the middle and challenge the enemy to a duel. Put him over here, so he's with his actual troops. And then we will get the Fuzzy Demon. He's already in the woods. Perfect. Got some ruin base next door. Hopefully you all can't hear it. If it gets too loud, I might have to move over. It's part of the issues of living in apartments. Anyway, battle begin. Yeah, we're gonna take the high ground over here quickly. Use that war drum. Look how fast they're moving.
And these enemies are marked for death.
And I'm being a little bit dramatic, but
Let us execute the will of the Immortal Emperor himself.
let's do it. Oh, I forgot to grab the Great Longbow Riders. We'll just kind of keep you in the center. Very threatening. Fuzzy Demon, keep moving through the woods. That is a bump beat. I am praying you guys can hear that. This is incredibly loud. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw out the Shim's Burning Gaze on Medieval here. Overcast it to see how much damage we can get. Lads are moving along. They do have 4 minutes below summons, we'll have to keep that in mind. Bring you guys to the bottom of the hill there. Speaking of, you just turn around and deal. We'll have the longbow come on over and give them a punch. Yuan Bo, go hunt them down. Looks like he canceled, and that is way too loud. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to go ahead and pause. I'll be right back. Alright, they haven't stopped, but it seems like it's at least a smidge quieter. The war must go on either way. Let's start up the battle. We'll send the Jade Dragon straight after the rats here. Oh, don't you boys worry. I've got all sorts of goodies for you. Dive into these poison rats first. You can scare them off pretty quickly. We'll just blast a poison, or not a poison wind, but a blossom wind. Down the line this way. Do as much damage as you possibly can. Just rip through these rats. If you need to give yourself some ward save, go ahead and do so. Rats usually are the wolves that usually get a fair bit of damage for them. We're missing our warriors up front. Peasant spears off to the side. Peasant spears off to the side. Grace of Kuai Yin is already blasting away. Oh, they did summon in some boys over here. Makes me laugh. Bring the Jade line around. Yuan Bo. What is the plan? Keep you bogged down while they move on our boys? Kinda seems to be the plan. The Grace of Kuai Yin doing so much damage with each shot. Let's drop that on these warp fire throwers here and get everyone focused in. You deal with them as well. Just they're the unit that needs eliminating. Oh, did we not actually have the drum beating? They weren't actually moving faster. That was all a placebo. That's quite hilarious. Move these poor boys back here. We said we were going to try to keep them alive, but looks like that's not going to be the case at all. Yuan Bo, let's try to head off this other warlord, because it looks like the others are going to just kind of flee on through, so let's bring the crows down. You jump on these individual units here. Anyone who wants to clump up around Yuan Bo is going to have just the worst day, so let's Blossom Wind, and we'll go ahead and blast it. Use a bit of angles, blast it off like this, and just go hunt down, list it. Those are simply Skaven Slave Slings, not exactly worth our time. Oh, nice. Oh, but it didn't bounce. Okay, fair enough. Didn't bounce like we expected it to.
Defenders of
Bring the
Cathay.
Zhangu back.
The celestial faithful.
Move back to hold the line.
March in ordered ranks.
I mean, that worked out quite well. The Zhangu War Drum
Long
holding its own.
Shenyang's faithful.
Alright, I think we've got enough rats clumped up around Yuan Bo now. Let's go ahead and drop down the big meteor. We'll go for the Jade Dragon Breath on these fools here. See how our crows are performing. Quickly, Jade Longman, let's get away from those warp fire throwers. You deal with that nonsense. We'll have both of you guys pull on out of here. Try to go save our units that we claimed we were going to keep protected. Have we done any of that? Oh, absolutely not. Right, now let's take a more commanding position on the hill here. At least attempt to. Like so.
The Emperor expects.
We got the actual drums beating this time, so we should... Ooh, get out of there.
Master of Meteor Wind.
Ward save, go. Run. Quickly, the warp fire is dangerous. Bros, let's go ahead and come on over here and deal with this next. Yuan Bo, let's go ahead and assassinate Feskit. Perfect stuff. Those crows move so quickly.
Blessings of Jade.
And one more poke should end the poor lad.
Dragon Emperor
We'll jump on the warp fire throwers just so we don't have to deal with them causing any more ruckus. And we don't need to Blossom Wind either. We're good to go. Let's Net of Ammontok. We want any of these clan rats actually intercepting. No, we'll go ahead and Net of Ammontok them. And you can just land in and deal with it. Deal with the problem. Meanwhile, the lads on the hill, a stone.
Dragon
You're not gonna get past them.
Peasant spearman.
Forward a bit more, take an even more commanding position on the hill. Shot it from behind there. You turn and deal with that nonsense. You did a lot more damage on that charge than I would have expected. Yuan Bo, do your thing. We'll have the Longma Riders pulling away as well. Perfect. You guys move
Defenders of Cathay.
your group up
Understood.
that way.
Shenyang's faithful.
Gotta do the same here, just so we're closing off those gaps. Crows, let's go ahead and once again pick our targets well.
Stone and steel.
Pull you away, although you're in a fine fight. No one's really gonna threaten too much. We'll throw the Blossom Wind. That's the best angle there.
In the dragon's name.
Try to hunt down that warlord. Let's go ahead and make sure good old Fuzzy Demon doesn't take too much damage. Going back through.
Warriors.
Now we have control of the pass completely. And they just turn and run. Sorry, rats. Didn't think you had much of a chance here. We're gonna go ahead and Net of Ammontok on this one so he doesn't get to escape.
Defend the realm.
A few of them made it on out. We're gonna do as much damage to these lads as we can. Who is still fighting? Fortunately, our normal soldiers have no chance of catching any of them. The Thayans are not quick.
Emperor's execution.
Perfect. He's gonna go ahead and give it. He was just running away for as long as he could. It finally gave us the victory. Let's drop down the execution on this lad here. The CROWMEN should have no trouble bringing him down. I'm going to hunt down as many of these poor unfortunate Skaven as we can, and I'll see you in a moment.
Soon many things to defeat.
Alright, we'll take the victory. Only 40 lost, and I'm thinking that mostly went to the settlement garrison and a few to our crows. And then, of course, the Fuzzy Demon got splashed with a bit of a warpstone bath, which no one enjoys. We will go ahead and venerate the ancestors there.
Incarcerated. You will learn your error.
Well, I figured we would just put them in the wood chipper. Whilst resting in an inn, the caravan master is approached by a stranger claiming to be a famed adventurer who wishes to join the caravan's retinue. He will protect and fight, but his service comes at a price. Another just normal Empire captain. Famous adventurer, what do you have going for you? Seems like almost nothing at all. Let's see what you can do. The Lazargs have been taken down. And Miao Ying is building up a lovely outpost, which is awesome. Turns out Village didn't retreat. He was up here by Wei Jin.
Don't even think about it.
Intriguing. I still think we can hold the settlement, but it's going to be scary. Jian Huo has no chance of making it back in time, so what we're going to do is full speed towards Hai Chai. Ratcatcher, all sorts of click-throughs here.
Celestial
We're going to take down Bei Chai. We're going to make sure we finish off the Dark Elves, and then we can focus down Village. If he claims Wei Jin, so be it, but I'm going to fight for that one with everything we have.
War is upon us.
We won't take it without being severely crippled.
A fine base operation.
Bei Chai falls back under our control, though, so we will soon have the salt mines working. I'll take Druki to work them as well. 2 steel tokens, what can we use?
Deadly.
We grab 1 turn of recruitment right away, or make sure our next hero action is guaranteed to succeed. I think we just keep fighting battles.
We make poor time.
We want to grab our first fortress city is what they're called? Yes, indeed. A fortress city. This would just get us another token to work with. We kind of just want to bounce back and forth between these as fast as we can. I was going to make our next commercial district Wei Jin, but it actually only has the spices, so it will likely find one that has the most resource buildings here, so Kunlan would be a really good one because it has tusks and the gemstones once we get those under our control. Also, Shangwu was perfect because it has cattle farms, which actually don't, never mind, these don't count as trade resources. I take that back. What should we go for over in Yangwu? I think we definitely want to start with the exotic animal market, and then we could even upgrade the administration center. We'll have a bit more fights to get to as well, but making sure Shangwu is making us lots of gold is pretty important.
Armor is for me.
Alright, Go Trek.
Enough walking.
This is going to be
No.
obnoxious either way, so it looks like they've got the Night Runner building in Jingpo. Chasing them out of Jingpo, we're going to have you just hold this side so they can't get through. If they decide to attack, we know that Go Trek and Felix can easily crush anything they have coming over here. It'll just be a long battle. We'll bring Ming Fan over as well. Yeah, we'll use Ming Fan and him together to crush the Deathmaster. We need to deal with our smaller targets. That way we can worry about chaos. Losing Wei Jin would be unfortunate, just for my own pride.
Travel with readiness.
Travel with readiness.
Do not move
I
until
think we
I
would
say
ambush
so.
here. I don't know what the faster distance to Jingpo is, so let's go this way.
Move fast. Cross rivers swiftly.
Perfect. Not sure what the Deathmaster is going to try, but he may try to come over here to the Celestial Monastery to try to knock down our orchards. How many times can we say try?
These
What book fell out the window?
of distant water.
How unfortunate.
What matters this?
Speaking of unfortunate, Hai
Your
Chai.
deaths for Cathay.
Welcome to Grand Cathay. They do have an admiral out on the seas, however. I don't think he can actually declare, like, come on in and fight us or reinforce the city. So we don't have to worry about that. If he can, we'll go ahead and pull back. We do have to worry about Kane's Lash, Raisin Cauldron, and the Soul Rain. Those sound great. Set up some siege towers. And really the battering ram is unnecessary. he doesn't have siege attacker. Saw how fast he got through last time. Unnecessary. We'll continue the siege. They are in march stance, so we really need to capitalize while we can.
Ridiculous.
If he can come and face us, we will just retreat.
No.
And just make sure they have no other settlements besides Hai Chai. I guess at that point we could have Peng Bo and them moving together. We should be able to auto-resolve it. Or even just win the old-fashioned way. Kai is really starting to make some progress, though. We are on the timeline, for sure. Alright, back over to the Jade Dragon. Celestial Court Overseer. Nope, we're over here towards the Comet of Cassandora. Min Bowl. We'll give you the secondary point into Dragon's Breath there.
I was born to wield it.
Or indeed. We'll take down Medable.
Dragon stand.
Meant to grab our Alchemist, but I forgot. We will Venerate this as well, as we're almost healing up our Jade Lion to full.
Sir, the dragon.
We do the same thing over here with Vermis. Shuma can't make it. Can you do... What are your...
I have not lost my mind.
Good to hear. She damages buildings, she assassinates, or she hinders replenishment.
Master of cruelty.
Do you have anything we can break and cause some problems? Unlocking recruitment of shades is kind of a problem. I'm sure they've got many of those buildings, though.
Forbidden elixirs. Demolition is
Nope.
my goal.
Isn't gonna work.
I serve
I think we
the
can try it.
Shadow
At
Court.
least the once. We'll give you your evasion. In case you're ever losing a battle, lets you sneak on away a bit faster.
Master of the
We'll go after Vermis here. Just karate chop these rats in the neck.
Death by my hand.
Death by my hand. That doesn't give us nearly as much health for our Jade Lions. We'll just go ahead and execute these captives for a bit of experience.
Send a message to those who defy us.
Send a message. Perfect. Well, that eliminates the Skaven threat down where the Druki are. What is your
Make
shrink
this
rate?
quick. I have executions to
141. I guess where's Wolfheart in that? Trying to figure out exactly how many armies they have left. This army we've got here is not very strong,
Natural authority.
but it's strong enough to do damage to any of the normal settlements the Druki have. Take the missions for Village of the Cursling. Accept. I accept. And then we'll go ahead and swing back over to Minvol.
My ancestors require it.
I would like to attack Colin, but there's no way she came here for no reason. That has to be trying to lure us into something. Let's just come out of the settlement a few steps and find out what's the path they would take there, so I know we wouldn't be losing.
Many feet, one purpose.
That's got to be a trap, right?
Cathay needs them dead.
No, they're running away from Albrecht. Fair enough. Colin, meet your doom.
Move like water, fight as
Figure out a
one.
serpent fang from the fighting. Metal of this blade is alloyed with a powerful venom. Its merest touch is sufficient to lock a man's sinews rigid and stop his heart in the blink of an eye. It was poison attacks and arm piercing. Sweet.
Celestial ancestors.
Well, we'll go into March,
We
pull back
must
into
be
friendly
tireless.
territory.
Fate reveals a path.
That way we can replenish, and then we'll go ahead and take down the Pillars of Unseen Constellations if Albrecht doesn't decide to.
Victory was pre.
It does look like Albrecht is going to be our next rival here in Lustria. Either him or we can focus fully on Rakarth. We do have to build up the Astrometric Relay here in Holotl, or Hexawatl. We just have to take a few turns to go ahead and do so. I am going to upgrade... Maybe not the Fallen Gates. 3 more turns before we can recruit any Astromancers. We are into Yen 3 to 5 over here, so our construction time is going to be decreased, which is fantastic. So 1 turn for the gem factors. Let's do so. Increase our income. Increase that money.
Eye of the Emperor.
I mean, would it really be a bad idea to get involved in a fight with
Reign
the
secure.
Druki here? I think we should let Mother Estancia worry about them for now. She and Constantine here are doing pretty good work.
Keeper of
But we could just
Wushe.
take this settlement, give it to her for a huge boost in relations. We're already going to do so with sulfurettes.
Dragon.
Let's do it. Press pass.
Tell the
I'm disinclined to listen, but I must. So
Listen,
speak
Marathi.
with haste.
This is mostly because... Oops. I'm not talking to you. I'm looking for Kislev. Mostly because we'd like the
Who calls?
extra fights to
We
increase our
have
stone and
no
steel.
need of niceties, you and I.
Mother Estancia.
Ends justify means.
I agree. And we need more stone and steel. More fights for the Jade Dragon. Shunma, you should be able to actually come on over and help now, if you hadn't gone to the forest.
victory.
So instead, we'll go ahead and attack Iron Spike. They're all going to move in to help. Poor fools. This man is rolling with a whole bunch of Akshina. They have Stalk yet. Oh, that's Constantine. I don't care about him. By Stalk, I meant Snipe. No, she hasn't grabbed the technology for Snipe just yet. I'll take the Razor Standard then and hand it off to Yuan Bo.
For the Celestial.
I'll resolve the poor Dark Elves. And I'm going to go ahead and occupy.
Beware of knives in the dark.
Beware of the breath of Jade.
Governor, an executioner.
Alright, Mother Estancia, I've given you 2 brand new settlements. Enjoy. You can have Iron Spike and Sulfurettes both. You may just give her Iron Spike first, though. Almost allows us to get a defensive alliance. I'm tempted. We have the gold for it? No. So what if we give you Iron Spike? Oh, you can't give multiple. That would weight things way too heavily. We'll take the gold then.
It is so.
Anything to help Kislev. I agree. Anything to help Kislev. We'll let the positive relations tick on upwards, and then we will...
Dragon.
I'm betting Millen's gonna attack the Fallen Gates. They do like to be very sassy with their attacking. Moving away from your armies and towards your weakened settlements.
Think you a fool.
Vokathe.
Sounds like they're smack talking over there, but I'm hoping that they're not, because otherwise we would have to bring down the hammer.
My effectiveness could be increased.
Probably a bit, but
Relent.
again, all we've got. In turns, I'm hoping this works out. If the Admiral can reinforce, we're in for a bad time. Evan, I would love for you to try to take down Murda here, but let's just go ahead and join up with Ming Fan.
Great compass shows the way.
We'll likely get rid of just one of our peasant archers. Or even one of the horsemen.
I yearn to return to my studies.
Pull up the province tab. Would rather upgrade the Riverlands, if anything else. So let's throw in the hunting camp. What kind of advanced military buildings should we go for over here? Alchemist Tower would be interesting just because Sky Lanterns aren't great, but the Sky Junks are much better than they seem. Or Astromancer unlock and research rate also is intriguing. Yeah, let's do it. Another Celestial Tower. Over in the Isthmus, we will go ahead and upgrade Maku Peaks, as it's a little bit further down and easier for us to defend, and we can get a nice upgrade to our SAR up to the Marble Quarry. Stuff. Alright, everyone has moved on to their positions. We will just do a quick run through our diplomacy here.
Yes,
Averland is up for a non-aggression pact.
by Sigma's
Sounds good.
will, come in peace.
How much gold do you have, Averland? Not much, but we'll take all that you have.
Blessings, yes.
A large
calls?
crate.
The Empire. Kneel to Orson.
Take this from you as well.
Shun Orson. But I do not shun you.
Good. Good to hear.
Perhaps you are no.
I don't shun Urson. He
Yes?
just isn't
Xiaomeng.
worshipped here.
Wind Shaper.
Sneak. Shift.
It's that simple. May have enough to actually do some upgrading now. Really great. Jade Wind Mountain, we can go for the tusks now. I only hadn't before because we were getting a yin. We were balanced before. Now we're heavily young. Oh, we'll need to figure out the balance here in just a moment. I don't think we need this many merchant caravans in this area. Would much rather have a balance towards yin. That way we can really, really increase how fast the Force of the Moon upgrades and grows. Alright then, let's go ahead and pull on over to Gotrek then. Okay, the Blessed Dread comes on out to face us on the field. If we were to fight them, we would lose a lot of troops. Most of the enemy is Dark Shards with those Pavese crossbows, and they've got lots of bombardment here. 3 uses of each. Those bombardment spells are likely going to be how they rip us apart. Going to be a tough fight, but I think we've got what it takes. None of these crossbows are any good once the cavalry actually closes the gap. Cavalry or the CROWMEN. And we can have... You are a anti-large hero. So we'll just have a Qianhuo hunt down all of the other archers as well. Just kind of avoiding the soul rain where we can. Haven't gotten enough experience fighting against the Juki bombardment spells from the Black Arcs to really know how dangerous it's going to be. Alright then. Okate. Okay, so they will all be advancing at once. They've kind of got the high ground advantage over here. We should avoid advancing on that side then.
We await the enemy.
Love to hide our peasant horsemen. Over here in these trees sounds great.
Store and steel.
ONYX CROWMEN, I'm going to spread them out a little bit, but they are going to be very key in this battle. Didn't see any harpies on the enemy's side, but even if they had some, it would just make their even more imperative that we use them.
The celestial faithful.
Not really sure where the enemy chooses to, or is going to choose to advance from. They've got the missile advantage by a huge margin. So whenever they do start advancing towards us, we need to lock down as many of those missile troops as possible. Their infantry also does outclass us in most cases, so we have to make sure our peasant horsemen and our ONYX CROWMEN are really able to move, cause some problems whenever they can. Spearmen in the back. One unit of archers over here just wanting to spread the units out.
First among many.
He's stalking at the moment, which is really only good for going and finding those enemy shades. Right then. That'll begin. Watch the bombardments.
Celestial General. Staying low. Grand General.
My hidden units are revealed, that's fine. And them knowing where my Grand General is doesn't really hurt my feelings too much.
Clearing the way.
Especially if I can lure them away towards him. Crows rotate. You guys would like to chase him, that works for me.
Gloria crossbows.
High ground there, crossbows.
With joy.
There's the first bombardment spell. Hopefully they can dodge that one.
Wind and fire. Peasant archers.
Never conquered.
Ah, that's gonna not work. Flip them with the lightning.
Repositioning. March in
Barely dodged that soul fire there. Keep you all's rotating. Bring the peasant horseman out. Have the CROWMEN. 2 go after this unit, 2 go after the other. The bombardment's coming down on this side yet? No. Move forward a bit. Just threaten it.
The dragons ask.
the Emperor expects.
Sent by dragons.
Crows pull off a little bit there because you're going to get shot at by this unit of Dark Shards. As long as you're out of their range, we're perfectly safe. You dive in.
The Emperor
You guys come back. You should be able to dance around of these Dark Shards pretty well there. We're doing a good job of keeping everyone nearby, though. Once some of their units start getting isolated, that's when we destroy. Although we did miss a couple of those bombardments. Here comes another one.
repositioning. Guided by ancestors.
Keep forcing them to adjust. Thankfully, a lot of that damage has gone down to my warriors and not the archers. And Woe is doing really good work. Let's keep letting him do some damage. Watch for...
Swift and fierce.
Really don't want him in here while the spears arrive. He should be able to pull himself out. They've fully given up the high ground then, so let's move in.
Irons as one. With infinite pride.
Pull them back on around. Beautiful work there. Watch for the bombardments, though. Doing a very good job of keeping their archers now more centralized. They're really out and all over the place. Can't dive in and do so much damage because there's so many Dark Shards.
Horsemen. The celestial faithful.
Not go up the front. That seems like a really bad call.
Watching for enfilades. Archers.
Move up a little bit more.
Move as wind.
Guided by ancestors.
Moving.
Trying to figure out how best to do with this. They're all in a big blob. I wish I had some magic.
None dare stand
Dive
in
and do
my
some
way.
damage. Nice. Let's go on a blood pull on away. Wasn't a ton of damage. Let's go ahead and pull the CROWMEN up over the top here. You also
Crossbowman.
crossbows pulled to the side as an archers.
Immediately.
That's going to be the first bit of weakness there.
I see the way.
You go around.
Watching for enfilades.
It has been spotted. CROWMEN, advance.
Jade crossbow.
You guys take down that back line. There are the shades. Dive into these archers in the back line. Back. CROWMEN, over the top. We keep some of these other archers worried about others. Alright, we'll go ahead and dive on away. Here comes the fire from the shades.
Celestial general. Attack.
You go ahead and pull through. They ran off. Stop firing for a moment there. Retreat. Shades are going to do plenty more damage than I'm looking to have.
Moving. I see the way.
Go help them with these Dark Shards here. Keep going after the next group. A lot of find the exposed unit and crush them. Just pull to the side there. Save them a bit. It looks like these dark shards in the back line are completely exposed, and so they shall be annihilated. You turn and fire on those shades up front there. Means front line needs to advance a bit.
The dragon's ass.
Obliterated those dark shards. Go ahead and make sure they do not come back.
Praise the dragon.
As the horsemen are going to have to flee pretty far away quickly.
Peasant horseman.
Otherwise, they're going to take lots of damage from that group. Chase them off again. Perfect. A lot of cat and mouse. So this group got caught by dread spears.
Peasant archers. For Cathay. Our ancestors decree.
We can all focus down the same unit there. Let's go ahead and pull on away. Just case off these foolish crossbows that would like to cause us some issues. My horsemen, you guys come on around. I think Fawn should not be fighting. Wolf should not be fighting the Beast Lord here. Run away from that.
Cavalry.
Crash into this unit of archers here. They've been chased off. These poor crowmen haven't been able to quite micro all of it at once.
Wind and fire. Move in formation.
Crowmen, keep isolating and destroying the archers. We're going to be in a really good shape.
They will.
You go ahead and push through. We'll hit the unit in front.
Horseman.
You go around. Crowmen, come on. Retreat a little bit further there. You bother the shades, and then we should be able to, once the shades are shut down, you guys should be able to get in, take down those archers, no problem.
Never conquered.
Alright, focus down the bleak swords. They're by far the most dangerous unit.
And steel.
Help out with the shades there. Alright, now retreat once more. Crowmen are coming in for a charge. Run, run, run. Lovely. We'll probably have to do some slow-mo just to see some of the merb diving. He's got this guy picked up. Oh, you're in for the worst day of your life, buddy. No, okay, I guess you just get tossed. He eat his heart or something? Oh, good grief. I'm not sure what happened there. He was having a snack of something. Good old terrifying creatures. You guys dive into the back here. Good old surround and destroy. Focus fire these dread spears. Actually, once they reach my Jade warriors, they should be able to get dealt with pretty quickly. Oh, the murderous rampage is kicked in. Most of the units are fleeing because, of course, they are. Units are terrifying. Resistance for everyone up front.
Peasant archers.
It pleases the
Let's
dragon.
move on up. Keep bleeding their poor
Peasant horseman.
bleak swords here on a lovely chase. We've got their archers isolated once more here. So they're going to be destroyed.
Fire.
Please dodge the swords there.
Attack in unison.
Very important. A weakened crowman will come after this unit.
Repositioning. Fight as one.
Crowmen that are not actively fighting, go find someone else to fire on. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Peasant horsemen. Defenders of Cathay.
Horsemen switch back there real quickly.
Celestial General.
You help out here, pull on away. Those dread spears had a really bad time. Looks like he wants to stop our archers.
Warriors.
Fair enough.
And balance.
Like 2 more units of the bleak swords coming on away.
Shenyang's
Bring our archers in and let them finish them off.
King Cathay's foe.
Cavalry. For the Emperor.
They're moving towards us all aggressive, like they think they're going to do something, but their murderous prowess has stopped. So they're not nearly as scary anymore, they're just a bunch of edgy, angry lads. Being run down by peasants can't feel good as a Druki.
Wind and fire. Celestial General.
You guys should be able to deal with this. They are dread spears. U-turn and rip them apart.
Horsemen!
These horsemen should not be the ones fighting, but it worked out. Unfortunately for you, Druki, our CROWMEN excel at hunting down
Never conquered!
edgy, angry sorcerers, so I'm gonna go ahead and chase down as many of these blue shirted lads as I can, and I'll see you in a moment. Alright, chooses to give us a close victory for our troubles. 155 of our warriors were felled there. Looks like most of it going to the Jade warriors that got blasted at by the Black Ark off of the horizon there. We are going to venerate the ancestors almost up to full.
You shall toil the field. Shall we talk over tea?
Well, hello, Yuan Shan. She wants us to join war against Zatan the Black. I realize the Chaosdwarfs were up there. Yeah, I forgot Zatan, he starts into this position, so he either can start up fighting against Chaos or aligning with him right away to come smash through the gates. We're not going to join that war yet. He would likely beeline straight for us. Your scouts have discovered a bandit force preparing an ambush. There is an alternative route, but there's only a few ogres here, and we have ourselves a lovely new Empire captain. Let's fight the ambushers. Decisive victory with low casualties. It's gonna give these Saber-Tusk pack all sorts of kills. 28 this time, not as many as normal, but our poor Jade warriors got absolutely savaged by the melee prowess of Furt. Let's grab the 4% veneration is so much less than the 1% we got over there with Yuan Bo. Don was over there ambushing, was he? Sneaky, sneaky chorfs. Looks like Siamak has no defenders now. Heaven chosen Vizier has been wounded. Oh, Murda.
Not possible! It's madness!
That's gonna mark you in the great book there, buddy. Great Orthodoxy is no more, though. That's not good. Ming Yuchi is now back ready for duty. We have gained 20 allegiance points with any alliance faction, so we gain allegiance points. Yeah, that's definitely a word. Allegiance points with any faction gives us 800 treasury. And Village of the Moon is now quothing of the Raven. Jin, a single word shredding sanity wherever it is spoken. They say a large black bird was the first to utter it, and now all who hear it soon say nothing else, laughing hysterically as they bark into the ears of those around them. Seems like a problem.
Celestial General.
Alright, General. We do need to crush the Deathmaster quickly.
No.
See just how many slings of the Night Runner variety they have.
Is doom. Why not?
I'll get close enough that Jingpo can help.
The
Really, we
council
can't
is
see them?
disappointed.
Council is disappointed. I would expect it would be. Alright, well, we can actually move on over and take down Sildorator here.
You are the
Marathi's
shame of
forces is a
your
lot of dark shards.
alchemist
I'm really
of
not concerned by
Shangri-La.
that. If we move over and take Sildorator, hand it off to Mother Astankia, she will likely then push towards the Petrified Forest here with this combined force.
Work constantly, invisibly. It is fortunate then that I am the most loyal of servants.
Agreed.
Outcast sorcerer.
Parent scrutinizes his work constantly.
Let their feet become fleet.
Let's do it.
Dragon.
And it's time, Valician, to fall.
Rouse to duty.
Oh, see you later.
Kathy,
Decisive victory at Sildorator. We will fight this one to make sure our decisive victory becomes even more decisive. Bring it on, Druki. I guess prepare yourselves is probably the better. Alright. Yeah, you better pray to Cain. Death is upon you. Don't see they've got the dark shards, that's all they've got, so we'll set the warriors up. I actually think how about putting some warriors down here in the bottom, just kind of forcing them over down here instead of having the battle up here in the top. Make them run across the water. Let's do it. Set these boys up like so. Let's have our two incredibly deadly archers in the frontal position here.
Dragon crossbows!
Other peasant archers See if we even really need to use these guys.
Never conquered.
Thoughts in
Perfect. We'll have the Jade Warriors up front just to make sure they're not getting shot by the enemy Dark Shards. If anyone has to do so, I would rather it be the Jade Warriors.
thoughts in harmony. Order.
You've got shields after all. If you can't use them, I don't know. I can't help you.
Long spears.
Spearmen.
Stone and
Every army fight has to be set up properly, even if it's a 2-second long brawl. I'm sure some of you understand. Others are incredibly perturbed. Both are completely understandable. Set Zonku up. We do have to make sure we remember to activate said battle drum music, otherwise nothing actually happens. Lion in the shadows. We'll keep you over here as well, Shunma. Things nice and safe. Alright, who's ready for a slaughter? The answer is everyone. Make us faster. You just go and punch the...
for the Emperor.
Listen, War Drum, I was not talking to you. But I appreciate the enthusiasm. Everyone else,
Enders of Cathay.
advance.
Understood.
You two just kind of move forward a little bit.
All is possible. I go where I will.
Alright, Jade Dragon, you have an opportunity to blast some Blossom Wind up the hill. Let's do it. We also have to try out our new Comet of Cassandora. Oh, nice dodge. See if everyone else can dodge a ball. Those boys got blended. Ooh, that's not good. Not good at all. What if we add some metal? Make things extra spicy.
Dragon Emperor's most
You hit on in, causing problems. Kuai Yin, do the thing.
Stone and steel. Jade warriors.
And then watch these poor Dark Shards just evaporate.
spells incoming!
Oh yeah, that's not gonna help you. Those shields.
Weaklings use missiles.
The weaklings use missiles. Keep your mouth shut. Talk about my missiles.
Shaper of steel.
Let's drop down that comet. Do we overcast it just to be disrespectful? Your doom approaches. As Yuan Bo flips around like a champion. So much damage. Well, they're gone now, as one would expect.
The Jade Court's power!
Pull you guys on away because those are spearmen there. Your one weakness. Dive back in. Looks like everyone else has been chased off pretty quickly. Oh, you poor fools. Alright, once more. Keep you guys away so you're not taking all that free anti-large damage. I want to be real aggressive.
Metallurgist.
Yuan Bo's the better spellcaster. Oh, here come the reinforcements. Threatening. Just a single spellcaster? Have Yuan Bo go deal with them.
Emperor's executioner!
One more Blossom Wind. We gotta make sure this blasts the right way, otherwise we're gonna hurt our own lads. And the yoink. Trying to catch them two on the run. Where are you going? That hit nobody. That's about how it feels when I go bowling, too. Let's go hunt down their lord.
Ready as always.
We need to quickly shut down these archers, though, otherwise that's gonna be a lot of free damage that no one asked for.
My elixirs are ready.
Beautiful.
Bureaucrat and warrior!
Bureaucrat and warrior. Let's go find the enemy lord. Let's bring the crossbows. Grace of Kuai Yin. Let's go hunt down these dread spears, and then the other Jade Warrior crossbow. Just go stand here.
Bringing harmony.
Send the Grace hunting.
Crossbows.
They've got so much range. They are the anti-Druki.
My master!
Oh, you don't need it.
Positioning.
You need to deal with them.
Pain is a
For
thirsty
science.
Full
The
science.
Dragon Emperor's most loyal!
Shaper of steel.
Well, I mean,
The
you don't
Emperor.
try harder. Rock. hold them in position there for me.
Stone and steel.
Oh yeah, stand still. That's perfect. There's not a rock coming at all. Oh man, you should not have listened to me. That was a mistake. These poor fools here. That is so much damage.
Enemy mages!
The mages is not what you need to watch out for. Ouch. The normal bolts too. Those bolts are like twice the size. We've got some great bolts coming out of the Grace. Run away before we lose any of our frames there. Ah, here comes the Dreadlord. Step up to the plate.
The heavens bring celestial wrath!
Ooh, the first hit does not go your way. We'll go ahead and drop one of these down. Flash steps all over the place, and then she just decides, yeah, no, discretion is the better part of valor that, as a Druki, she never had. We'll just go ahead and execute her the old-fashioned way. Oh, just kidding. We tried. Rest in peace. And yeah, no, that's the battle. Alright, we win that battle with losing absolutely zero, and Yuan Bo went out in style on everyone. How it should be. Loot occupy stack just for the damage and gold. Just not confident we can make it back and claim the settlement. I'd rather not sit out and take some attrition. We'll just loot and occupy that.
Scribes, record all that we have taken.
Record all that we have taken. Got the Cloak of May. Even more power recharge? Perfect, that's gonna go on.
Yuan Bo.
Yeah, Yuan Bo for sure. Scroll of Leeching here is kind of terrible. Lots of extra power recharge here for Jade Dragon.
My effectiveness could be increased.
Excellent. Well, we are going to camp out for one turn in Sildrator here. I'm going to go ahead and demolish this building and not worry about any kind of repairing. Well, let's also go ahead and demolish the building in Sulfurettes as well, just to pocket that gold while we can. And then we'll go ahead and hand both of these settlements over to Mother Estankia, let her defend the north from Marathi, and we will likely then kick off a war with the New World colonies. She's doing incredibly well. You fighting against the Sisters of Twilight? That's gonna... You need to not be mean to them while dealing with Marathi. One major target at a time.
The glory of Cathay is unparalleled.
Alright, Alberic is over here being an absolute
Dragon-blooded sugar.
mad lad. He destroyed the Pillars of the Unseen constellations. Don't mind if I do.
Path of destiny.
Thank you kindly.
Bend to Cathay's
This
will.
belongs to Cathay now. I won't worry about asking him to
The
leave.
dragon-blooded.
We'll simply repair there, put in the grazing pastures, and be on our way. Wait. 2 more ticks of growth. I think it'd be a better idea for us to go for the High Sentinel here. Take it on up to tier 3. That way we can get our maximized iron smelter, as well as our docks.
The dragon's love is in doubt.
It is not. Do not be dramatic. Oh yeah, they're just kind of hanging out.
Celestial
I
General.
am a little bit worried if Mingfan gets attacked by both at once.
No, you failed.
But I think the Jade Warriors can handle it, so let's go ahead and push towards
Ancestors.
the monastery here, and also throw in some upgrades to the monastery to kind of entice them into attacking it. See if it works out. Then over in Beichai, we'll have Pengbull
Celestial General.
move as quickly as he can. It's not going to march just yet. I want to see what's in Jiju. Doesn't look like anything, so we'll go into march probably.
Move fast. Cross river swiftly.
March stance just in case we get the extra movement opportunities. Village is not confident he can take down Wei Jin, which is great.
Not you.
Yeah, we've got a unit of... Is this the Sky Junk? One could hope.
Your death.
Either way, I think Siamak probably can't hold the walls anymore by himself, so let's just kind of walk in and push him off the cliff. And the High Chai belongs to me now. 5% more research rate. Another Jade Amulet. That needs to go to our other spellcaster. Druki Destroyer.
Celestial General.
The Admiral just goes and sits off the coast. He, I think, can attack us now that we're in the
Celestial
settlement.
General.
I think they have the ability to attack settlements to raid them, but nothing else.
General.
Grab the Leader of Men and the Comet of Wei-Jin. The invisible Comet of Wei-Jin, mind you.
Few would turn down such weaponry.
I agree. Especially when given for free. Let's delete this building. We would rather have the growth one. And then Jiju should fall under our control next turn here,
Humility.
allowing
in
both of
all
them to turn
things.
and attack Village. But I actually think I'm going to send Hang down south to fight Nakai. Nakai has now taken down Li Zhu, which will be resettled next turn. She is down to a single province, Fuchao.
Attention.
You better start building defenses quickly. Big angry crocodiles are coming.
Who calls?
Who calls?
Is it time? Be at peace.
Is
for
it
that
time?
is all I ever want.
Secretly, Yuan Bo and the Emperor have had their own end times cooking.
As you say.
No, it's not time yet, Emperor. We gotta wait.
What?
We'll let you know.
The Empire.
We'll give the signal.
It is time.
Balthazar too, huh? Balthazar, you're all giving away the secrets.
Friendship is more valuable than gold. Very well.
Gold is more valuable.
So,
But I do quite like Balthazar.
Natural authority.
We could confederate with either the Imperial Wardens, who are literally about to be wiped out, or the Eastern River Lords and claim
The
Fuchao.
dragon-blooded.
This would give us at least a little bit of time to prepare for Nakai. And we would claim Fuchao for ourselves. We've been really, really not working on grabbing the other two dragon siblings. We've been worried about fixing Cathay, which may be a bad call. I like letting Miao Ying upgrade herself, but we'll see how well they actually pass out those skill points. And since there's no mods just yet, we can't actually do any fixing. Let's take the Confederation with the Eastern River Lords.
I appreciate
Since we are not
your
fighting
continued
Nakai yet,
reverence.
he shouldn't come over and bother us just yet. He will likely them treaties with the spirit. Well, they're working together, the trees and the crocodiles. Who would have guessed?
Agreed. May you live long.
May you live long. England, we gotta make sure we keep you alive.
who calls?
As are
The Empire.
brought in.
Come then.
Action
Only
here.
Sigma's god, Ulrich, can judge it worthy
On it.
On it. Thanks, Dottie. Trade with most of the Empire lets us see everything that's going on here, and we'll actually be able to see the Changeling as he destroys stuff. We won't be able to see any of his buildings pop up, but we will be able to see something randomly get sacked. Midnight was doing well, and all of a sudden it gets kneecapped. You'll know the Changeling was there. Really interesting to see if his theaters work when he's in the AI. So if he completes one of his theater quests there, so for one that, for example, one of them allows for an invasion of Kurgan at the Great Wall, basically damages the Great Wall and allows the Kurgan through. These are the USACs, so it's not likely them, but cool to see that happen. Grab the Eastern River Lords. You're actually doing fine for income. Let's go ahead and kick out Inche here. Not even worried about what he has at all. Zhongli, you can stay. I'll have you just sit in Fuchao.
I will take first watch. Let the
First watch. Oh, so it's just the normal... The port is the landmark. So we've got the Great Dragon Fleet docks. Sitting at the mouth of the Jade River, the docks welcome all to the thriving city of Fuchao. 200 income, extra income from trade tariffs, which is not fantastic. That's the least effective part of your trade is the tariffs. Tradable resources produced, plus 5%. That is good. And then 20 extra growth. Maxed out, you get 800 income. So our Great Dragon Fleet port is just as good as a Norscan port. Obviously without all the extra buffs. Yeah, interesting. Whole bunch of ports over on the Jade River Delta. Awesome. There's gonna be a whole bunch of income as long as we can keep the crocodiles back. We shall throw in the Jade Dragon's Edict because that's the only one that should exist.
Servant of
Zhongli will keep his troops. Alright, that's going to be all the time I've got for today. I have been at Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub zone. I'll see you on the next one.